So good evening, good morning, good afternoon to every one of you. So let's start this one now. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When we are Anova, what are the things I need to know about the one-way Anova? What is Anova? Anybody? You said what?
Analysis of variance.
Analysis of variance. Okay. Analysis of variance. Now we use F distribution to solve it. I think our table covers F distribution, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's look at this example.
Yes, sir.
If you have in your book, there is one example on the hospital. Yes, they did one in hospital A and hospital B, hospital C. Then from then, they were able to compute everything together. Then we have the grand total and the observation. Then we have the sample sum of squares within, sum of square between. So we come back to this to solve it later. But for the one way, let me give you this. Look at this question. You have a group of students, group one, let's say group one student, group two, then group three. So of group one, we have 1, 2, 5. Group 2, 2, 4, 2. Group 3, 2, 3, 4. Then they said our alpha is equal to 0.05. Don't forget, it's one-way Anova we're trying to solve. So what is the steps to follow while solving the one-way Anova? The first step is state your hypothesis. The next step is get the degree of freedom. You have 2 degrees of freedom. Degree of freedom between the groups, degree of freedom within the group. So we need to take note of that. So let's start. Step 1. Step 1, for us to state hypothesis, H naught simply means the mean 1, mu 1 is equals to mu 2, that is the population of 2 is equals to population of 3. Because we have how many groups? 3 groups. Group 1, group 2, group 3. So what is alternative hypothesis in this case? Alternative hypothesis says at least one difference among the means at least one difference among the means. Are you getting it? Just 1 second. Sorry. So at least one difference among the means that we need to also check. So we have this. How do we calculate degree of freedom? Your lecturer gave you the formulas, different formulas to calculate degree of freedoms. We have what we call V1 equals to V2 and so on and so forth. So how do we, step 2 now? Let's calculate the degree of freedom. Degree of freedom. Under degree of freedom, we call it DF. DF between, let's say for the between groups is the same thing as K minus 1. What is our K? Remember, it's between groups, not within. Between groups means how many? We have K1, K2, and K3. Our K is 3. So here we have 3 minus 1, which is equal to what? 2. Remember, under the degree of freedom is the same thing as where you have K, where you have V1 is in your notes. It's the same thing as V1 equals to K minus 1 and V2 equals to N minus K. That's the degree of freedom. It's still the same thing we are working on. But I'm just giving you the explanation. Degree of freedom within groups is what? N minus K. What is our N? N is the total number. How many do we have in group 1 student? 3. 3 plus 3 plus 3 making 9. So we have 9 minus 3 equals 6. That is, degree of freedom between the groups is 2. Degree of freedom within the group is 6. Please take note of that. Then what is the total? Degree of freedom total is the same thing as 6 plus 2, which is equal to 8. Then we can now go ahead and calculate our F tabulated, which is the same thing as F critical. Remember, at this point, I'm not sure whether I opened this. Let me see whether I still have it here. Our table, let's look at the table, whether we can make use of the table now. Okay, we have F distribution here. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
hello?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we have our F distribution. Look at this. Under the F distribution, we have 5%, which is 0.05, right? So
yes, sir.
So what is our V1? 2 under 6. Remember,
5.14.
your V1 is what? 2. I hope you remember from the one I did.
Yes,
Look
sir.
at it. The degree of freedom will be 0.05, comma V1, comma V2, right?
Yes, sir.
What we need now to give us the answer. And we know 0.05 of level of significance. V1 is what? 2. V2 is what? 6.
6.
So we will look for this on the table. Let's go to the table. Look at it. V1 and V2. V2 is the vertical, horizontal is the V1. So go and check 2 under 6. What do you have?
5.14.
5.14. Thank you. So, any question before we leave this place? Hello?
I wanted to find out, sir, will this table be given to us during the exam?
On a normal day, they're supposed to provide the table for you. But I will teach you something. I don't know. How many of you in your center where you are doing your exam, do they have Microsoft on your, what do they call it now? In your center, in your
Yes, sir.
computer.
On the system,
sir.
yes, they do.
They do have
Yes.
Microsoft.
Yes.
Do you mean Microsoft Word or WordPad?
Yes, Word. If you have
Word.
Microsoft Word, you can have Microsoft Excel, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Not all systems have, sir.
Ah,
But
well,
will they allow us to access it? Won't it look like someone is trying to engage in exam malpractice?
No, of course, because if it's your system, you can do whatever you want.
is your system now? On the system, if you open Excel, I think, I'm not too sure whether you have it. If you open Excel, we will come back to it. Help distribution.
Okay.
Help distribution. What is the, we have 0.05. We have 2.
We have 6.
We have 6. So it will convert. No, we already add too much. Sorry. This is Kai. I'm supposed to delete this one first. So let me see whether it will work here.
Zero 0.05.
It's cumulative. It's given from here. It's supposed to be 0.05.
0.05. 2 and 6.
2,
2, 6.
6. So it's giving us cumulative of this. Okay, he has already is converted already.
Let's do it one after the other first.
No, it's still the same. I just want to check whether it will work for you. That is what I'm trying to do. So what will happen is I will teach you this later. So let's continue using the table. If the table will not be available, I think the examiner will give you the table. They will have give you the value, probably. But let's just hope. But that's like I told you, I'm not teaching you because of you want to write it in exam, please. I'm teaching you because you need it in future. Let's just have it in mind. Then if you want to help yourself, also print your table along the line without writing anything on it. Student can put the formula, put everything. Okay, that is, we checked now. Now let's look at step 3 now. On the step 3, we did what we call a grand total, which we normally use and we continue to use. We call it X bar. Now, for the grand total, let's go to, I hope you are writing. Let's get X bar of this one, X bar of 2, then X bar of 3. What is X bar of 1? Anybody? That is add everything here together and divide it by the number. What do you have, please? Hello?
2.667.
2?
2.667.
2.37. Okay.
The same thing for the second.
The third one?
3.
Okay. So you can write it together. Now, another way of solving this one is add everything in these groups, all the groups together. So this is what? The total here is what? 8. The total here is what? 8. The total here is what? 9. Right? It's still the same thing what we are doing. It just changes, it's just going to be 25 divided by n, which is equals to 25 divided by 9. What's the final answer?
2.77.
2.78. That is what we need. And that's the essence of why we are solving this one. Any question? No question.
Question, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
When we did it individually, we will not get 2.78.
What?
When we look for the mean individually, we got 2.67 plus 2.67 plus 3.
Okay, what do you not get?
When you add all, it will not give us 2.78.
What did you get?
Let me add it, sir.
You have to divide it by 3. After
You will
add
not divide it
together,
by
will
3
give you
now.
the same. It will give you the
Okay.
same thing.
Are you
Yes,
getting
it will
it?
give you the- it will give you the
Because
same
it's
thing.
average we are looking for.
Okay.
That is why I was asking, what do you get? What do you get? Because you are summing them together. That's why, in this case now, I sum the entire and we use it to divide. And if you want to sum the entire, just to write the formula, but I don't want to bug you with the formulas. That's why I just stop there. Then we need to move on by solving SS total. SS total is the same thing as summation of x minus x bar divided all squared. So what does it mean? Let's go to the table. Pick this value one after the other. and minus it in this place and square it. So that's why they draw the table in your work. But in this case, we can do it without table. How do we need to do it? It's just to do 1 minus 2.78. Please, I want every fast puncher to start typing this. Just do the first group. Somebody should do the first group, another person second group, another person third group. Look at the way I'm putting it.
Bracket. Point. 7, 8.
So I need the answer for the first one. The second group,
So come.
you do the second group like that. 2 minus 2.78 squared plus 4 minus 2.78 squared plus 2 minus 2.78 squared. Then here, 2 minus 2.78 squared plus 3 minus 2.78 squared.
So are we plussing it together?
Just give me this first one, we'll now add it together. The first one you punch, how many did you do? The first 3? Somebody else should do the second 3.
8.7052.
8.7052.
52.
Okay. The second 3, please. Don't just sit down there. Use your phone or use whatever you have. That's why I said use your calculator. If you are not used to all these things, you might not get it when you get to the exam.
Yes, sir. Bracket 2.4.
It will give you negative. Believe the negative is giving you is positive.
Okay.
Because negative times negative will give you positive. Just square it and give me the final answer. That's all.
2.71.
Which one? 2 point.
71.
Which one is 2.71? This one.
Yes.
So sum total will be final. What's the last one? Nobody. Wow.
So we are coming.
Don't worry. The answer is 13.6. If you are able to get it, good luck to you. Then let's look at the sum within. Sum of square within, it simply means summation of xi is
Bless you, sir. Hey, sorry, sir.
so x1 plus s2 so let me call this one x1 s2 minus x bar squared okay. Okay, let me explain this. I think I don't want to miss. Let me put it this way.
Mm.
This is I. I means start from 1 to 3. Because we know that the solution of this case will now be x summation of x1 minus x bar 1 squared plus summation of x bar 2, x2 minus x bar 2 squared plus summation of x3 minus x bar 3 squared. Now let me go back. What is x bar 1? Who can remind us? X bar 1 is what? The one the madam added together. What's the
2.67.
solution? Yes.
2.67.
You know, each of them, this one is x1, s2, s3.
X3.
That's the meaning. So
Okay, so
x bar 1 is what? 2.67.
2.67.
S bar 2 is what? 2.67.
2.67.
S bar 3 is what?
3.00.
3.0. When you are solving within, it simply means you pick them one by one.
Together.
All the groups member one by one. Look at this. The first one we did it is the total. We use grand total. This is grand total. To deduct them. Now, in this case, now we are now solving for sum of square within. So it's going to be x bar 1 to be 2.67. S bar 2 is also 2.67. Then x bar 3 is what? 3.00. So what it simply means is for summation of x bar 1 minus x bar 2 minus x bar 1, x1 minus this is the same thing as, let's solve it. The first one is what? 1 minus 2.67 squared plus, you know, we are dealing with x1 now. 2 minus 2.67 plus 5 minus 2.67. Any question? We are dealing with within, don't forget. So let's do the one of s bar 2. x2 minus x bar 2 squared will be, don't forget, you have to add everything together at the end of the day. So let's stop. 2 minus 2.67 squared plus 4 minus 2.67. Because we are using 2.67 because 2.67 is they have the same value. Don't let me put plus here so that you won't confused. So S3 is what? 2 minus 3 plus 3 minus 3 plus 4 minus 3. So let's add the value for this. Don't forget they all have squared. Have the value for this, have the value for this. Add it together. So you have your SS within to be equals to 13.34. If you add it together, you'll get this. So we now need to calculate SS between. SS between will be SS total minus SS within. So what is the value for SS total? 13 point what?
13.34.
Really?
Mm.
13.6
Sorry, 13.6.
minus
13.
13 point.
30.
just a 13.63. So at the end of the day, our SS between is 0.23. So for the step 4 now, is going to be mean of S between, which is going to be SS between divided by degree of freedom between, which is same thing as 0.23 over 2, because we've calculated degree of freedom of between the other time. So you have it to be 0.12. MS within will be SS within divided by degree of freedom within, which is same thing as 30.34 divided by 6. The final answer will be 2.22. Any question?
Yes, sir. In that one you calculated SS between, that is SS total minus SS between. I got 0.26, not 0.23. I don't know whether I'm wrong. Okay, you didn't add the 0.34. You only added.
No, I don't use the 3 because I know this one will give me 13.6. So I just make sure that I have the same roundoff for each of them.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So I know that 4 is not up to 5. I will have make it 4.
Okay, to approximate. Okay.
So approximate it. Which of them I can see? Yes, 2.6. Okay, please share the lecture. Can you see the screen, please?
Yes, sir.
So which one?
Yes, we are seeing it.
Okay. Okay, how many of us got this? The first one that I asked you to. How many of us, what do you get here?
Honestly, I didn't understand this one, sir.
It is very
It's hard
simple. Because if you don't understand this one, you cannot solve the problem. Go back to the problem. Let's see. Look at it. That's why you have to be part of it. Look at the analysis. Sum of square total. And we know sum of square total is by x minus the entire x, which is this. The entire x is each of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The entire x is 9. So that is what we did. So the entire x is 9. Okay, look at it. I now said, remember we've solved sum of total, grand total, which is when you add each of the mark the student got in each of the column together, you have 25. How many marks do we have? How many number are we talking about? How many students? 9. So divide by 9, you have 2.78. Now that you have 2.78, this is our 2.78, right? This one. This is our grand total, x bar bar. Now, for us to now get sum of square total. Sum of square total means from x, the entire table is x. We now divide it by different segments. S1, group 1, S2, group 2, S3, group 3. Now, what we are now saying is use your grand total, deduct one from each of them from grand total and square it. Am I communicating now?
Yes, sir.
So each of the total is what? We have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what I was telling you is pick number 1 from your book. What is number 1 in your group 1? Are we there? What is number 1 in group 1, please? Hello?
1.
1 minus grand total.
1.
Square it.
Okay. Okay.
2 minus grand total. Square it.
Okay.
3 minus grand total. Square it. Plus second group now. 2 minus grand total. Square it. Till you reach the final total. The final person in that group, which is 4 minus grand total. Square it. That's all. So who can tell us the final answer for this? Say it if you've done it, or let's do it. Because if you don't get this one, we will not continue. And that will be the end of the class. What is the value?
$2.15.
Okay, add everything together. What do you have? Nobody to do it?
$13.56.
13.56.
13.57. 13.57. Approximate. 13.5.
13.56. If you approximate 13.6.
You can see why we use 13.6.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, we will not do the same thing for within. Within means all these things we are talking about. This thing we are talking about. This is within. What it simply means is this particular value, we already have average of each. Which is this? So we have average. We already have average of it. The average that we have, you see, we have 8. Then we have average of 2.6, 7, 2.67, and 3. So they now said we need the formula within, meaning each of the x one by one. So each one, that is for group 1, this is group 1 minus average of group 1 and square it. Group 2 minus average of group 2, square it. Group 3 minus average of group 3, square it. So you have 13.4. Then the formula for us to get the between is total minus within. And I know total is 13.6. And this one will give me 13.4, 13.34. I don't need 13.34. I need 13.3. Because it's not up to 5. I will have approximated it. Are you getting it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir. We are
then
with
we
you.
will now
We are
have
with you,
our
sir.
SS between to be equals to this. Then for us to get SS between to be equals to this, the next thing we need to do is mean some square, that is SS mean of SS between divided by degree of freedom. SS between divided by degree of freedom will give us the mean of the between. So that is what I did. And we have this and this. So, and the formula for us to get F calculated, that is F calculated means MS between divided by MS within is the same thing as, don't forget that this particular one we've calculated it up, which is 0.12 divided by 2.22. What is the answer of this? The answer is what?
Zero point zero five four.
0.054. Is 0.05. Let's say 0.05. Don't disturb yourself about 4. Now, the F critical, which is the one we check on the table, is equals to 5.14, right? Do you still remember? Hello? The step 2. If you
Yes,
check
sir.
your step
Yes, sir.
2, you said?
Yes, I will remember, sir.
Step 2 is
Yes, sir.
5.14. Yes. So
14.
yes. So the final answer will now be 0.05 is less than 5.14. That is, F calculated is less than F critical or F tabulated. So what do we need to do? It will fail and we reject non-hypothesis. Because anytime F calculated is greater than F tabulated, it simply means we have to reject the critical, the computed is greater than that. We reject H naught, otherwise we accept our alternative hypothesis. Any question?
So please, can you scroll up a bit? Just a little.
Okay, ma.
Sir, we are not hearing you.
We or you?
You or
It's
now
how-
you, me, I can hear him loud and clear.
It's hard that it's not hearing you. Me, I'm hearing you.
My sister, it's your
Yeah.
network, my sister. It's my sister.
Just look for a place where it's, you raise up, you'll be looking for hotspots in your room, or move out of that place and be looking where the full network is. It might be outside. Are you getting it now?
Sir, please, sir.
I'm with you.
Okay. I don't know where this 0.05. I don't know what you've calculated though, because is this 0/2? What is it? Is it 0.2 divided by 2.22?
Yes.
It's 0.12.
Okay, is that in 1 point? Oh, well, sorry. I thought it's 0/2.
Ah, see this woman. Okay.
That's what I've been
Can
writing.
you see it now?
Yes, I had. Now it's fine.
Okay. I can also put this 4 back. It's still the same thing. It doesn't add anything, doesn't deduct. So that is how you calculate your, that is one way Anova. Any question, please?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. I can't hear you.
In a chi-square, we reject when it's greater than. Is it the opposite of a chi-square? Anova.
I don't understand what you are saying.
It's the same thing now.
It's the same thing, the same decision rule. We call it decision rule. It's the same. All I will advise you guys is go and read some of those notes in your textbook. It's there. Are you getting it? It's the same thing. At what point do you reject F calculated is greater than S tabulated, or S calculated is less than, you know? So any question on one way Anova? Yes, Nike. Go ahead.
Please, this SS within, sir, is not that clear.
SS within is here. Look at it. SS within means each of the value minus average of each of this area. What is the, then what do you get here? What do you get here? And what do you get here? Add everything together. It will give you this. That is A plus B plus C will give you 13.34. This is A, this is B, and this is C. Is that okay? Yes. Mr. Yaya.
Yes, sir. I think why that lady was asking that question about the decision is because you use a wrong symbol. You use less than symbol instead of greater than symbol.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think that is why.
Are you okay now?
Let me see. Let me see. Go through it again, sir.
All you need to do is just know when you have less than and when you have greater than. Is this value greater than or less than? Go and check the decision rule. It's there in your notes too. I think, let me see. Unfortunately, they did not number it. Do you guys discuss two-way Anova in your class? Hello?
Mr. Yaya, please talk.
Yes. Why do you want me to talk?
Are you not a member of the class?
No, sir,
I
it's
don't
Mr.
understand. What?
That's always following that lady.
You're looking for people. I don't understand.
Mr. Class.
Sir, we understand ourselves, sir.
Oh, okay.
The one who following the woman. He understands everything that woman is saying.
She actually took us through more than one way and over. She taught one way and over and more than one way and over. So she just explained.
More than one way. More than
not
one
in
way.
detail. Yes.
It just
More than one way.
Yeah, is there?
She don't say one way and over and more than one way and over. She did not say two way and over.
Anyway. So does it not give you the formula, the method to solve it?
Just give us the analysis, and brought figures that she had already solved, just for us to be following her.
you already solved now.
No, they finish.
I like your class. Anyway, that's good.
Only Mr. Yaya that understood everything that woman have been teaching.
Wow.
What about you? What about you?
How are you so sure that I understood everything? How are you so sure?
Ask question.
Oh, the man is trying now.
Who?
You see, we are not here to criticize. We are only here just for you to get it right. The woman has her own degree. You are the one that are pursuing one. So I will advise you, this is not the time to put the blame. Rather, I've told you from day one, when I taught you guys in first semester, not everybody will be like me. And let it get to our mind. It can be, oh, everybody will be like, oh, no, Dr. Okay is there. No, everybody cannot be me. That is why my name is different from everybody. So the same thing happened to you.
You're right, sir. She has PhD, not degree, so it's not easy.
We have different grades.
Yeah, and the one is trying.
That is it. So in this case, I'll just solve a simple question for the two way. There are many. I don't know. Anyway, I know you will cope. I will try and break it down. But if you don't talk, when I ask, is it clear, and you did not talk on time, I will assume it is clear. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Probably I should first of all explain the formula we are going to use. So you will know where we are going for the two ways. So that by the time I'm talking, okay, I think you have the formulas, so I don't need to do that. Let's look at this.
Please.
Students, don't worry. You will cope.
Excuse me, sir, do the formula.
It's the same thing. We will use the formula to solve it.
I do not know the formula. Excuse me, sir. Start from the formula.
You will run away if I start from the formula. It's better you listen with the example first. So you will not run. Just be calm. Is that okay?
Sir, please continue. We get you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Medium. So in this case now, we have male students. we have 10, we have 12, we have 11, we have 9. 7, 9, 8, 12. 4, 5, 6, 5. So we want to check the medium of noise, the loud, the low noise, and the loud noise. Does it affect the grade of the student? Is that okay? So this is May. Now let's look at the female aspect of it. For the female students, we have 12, we have 13, we have 10, we have 13. For the low noise, so let's look at the medium. We have 13, 15, 12, 12. Then we have 6, 6, 4, 4. So let's look at the column total. So we have low. So this is what you do for me to make it faster. Okay, let me just, somebody should add this one together. What's the value for this one? What is the value for this? What's the value for this? The total. Then what's the total for this and the total for everything here? So let's have that one first. Anybody?
First one is 42.
Thank you, 42.
The second
26.
one,
36.
36, thank you.
And 20.
20.
20, thank you. Next.
$38.
No.
48.
48.
Yes.
52.
48. 48.
52, Abby.
52, yes.
And
The last one is 20. 20, sir.
Okay, so we have this. Now, we now want to, that is column. What you do is give me the total of circle 1 for each column. This is the column. Please mute yourself if you know you are making noise. If your mic is not good, please just mute. So 42 plus 48, what's the answer?
90, sir.
90.
That is C1, column 1, 90. Column 2. Column 3.
88.
Column 3.
40.
Good. Now, we now need the row. we want to know what is the row, what's the value of this? Add it together. The entire place is row 1, but what is the value for this one?
21.
Value for the next?
$36.
No.
26.
Yes. The next?
25.
What's the value for the next?
25.
25.
The last one?
26.
So add everything together. What do you have?
$98.
So now do the same thing we did up to the one down, to the R2. This is R2. What's the value for this? Anybody?
$31.
31. Next.
34.
34.
34.
Next.
36.
Next.
29.
When you add it together, what do you have?
No, it's not 36, it's 26.
26 now.
26.
That one is 26.
Not
So
36.
Add it together.
One, 9.
120.
120.
Thank you. So when you add everything together, 120 plus 38, what do you have?
One, 218.
218.
218, correct.
Yep.
Now, tell me, when you add all your columns together, what do you have?
$90 plus 88.
218, sir.
Okay, so that means what we are dealing with is we are on board. Okay, state. One of the things we need to do in this case is we want to check, does noise has effect on the mark of the student score? That is, or does gender has an effect on their score? You know, is it because they are male, that is why they have this score? Is it because they are female, that's why they have this score? Is it because of the noise? Some of us can read where even in the market, you can read, you know yourself. Why some of us, if you don't, even until you get to somewhere that is very silent, like a burial ground, that is why we can read. We know ourselves. That's why some of us will prefer to read in the midnight when everybody they are asleep. So are you type of that student where you have a low noise, medium noise, loud noise? So, and we now have the set of people that does gender affect how the student react to the noise? So these are something that related to their alternative hypothesis. So let's state the hypothesis. The hypothesis is H0 there is no effect of one variable on the other. So you know how many variables we have now. I mentioned something like 3 or 4 now. So are we talking about noise? Are we talking about gender? Are we talking about both? So the alternative will be the opposite of this. That is, there is effect of one variable over the others, on the others or thereabouts. So you can fill in the gap. So we have something called correction term. On the correction terms, we will be talking about C of X, which is same thing as the summation of all X squared divided by number of observation. Now, how many observations do we have? Let's go back to our table. Who can tell us the number of observations we have in this table?
3.
No. Check it very well.
24.
24. Because each of them that we are seeing here, each of them, we are observing them, right? These are the things that we observe. So that is why we are doing the observation through this. The number of our observation will determine. So this particular one, we have the number of observation to be 24. Now, everything in this table, they are entire X. So what does it mean? I want you to go and solve it later, but I'll just give us the summary. We are to add 10 plus 12 plus 11 plus 4, all squared, divided by the number of observation, which is 24. 4 here is the last number. You see? Is the last number here, divided by 24. So if you add it very well, you have 90/80. So we need to calculate, I've started writing the formula along the line. Sum of squared of total is the same thing as SST, subscript T, which is the formula summation of S squared minus correction term. Meaning that we have 10 squared plus 12 squared plus 11 squared plus 4 squared minus, what is correction term? We have it here, 90/80. You understand? Minus 90/80. Our X square in this case, they are all the entire 24 that you have here. Please take note of that.
Sir, should we leave 1980 as a whole number? Because I know it's 1980.16.
Yes, leave it as a whole number. 0.16, right? 0.16, am I right?
Yes, sir.
How do you get points?
Summation of all the observations is 218. So 218 squared.
Okay, divided by 24.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So remember that it is not up to 5, right? Or what do you call the point?
It's not
No, it's 16666.
198.
0.17.
0.17, okay.
That's
so
correct.
Don't bother yourself for now. Let's just stick to 180. 9080. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, but when you are solving your own in exam, you are lucky they give you this. Use the point too. I'm just using it to explain. So let's look at this. If you square this one very well, you have 2254 minus 9080. You have what? 274. That is our SST is 274. Now, we need to check the variation one after the other. The variation one after the other is variation after the other is variation in noise. Let's check. That is sum of square of column which is SSC. Sum of square of column. Remember, let's check. Let's go back to the table. Each of the column, that is, this is what we call column, the vertical. These are the column. They represent what? Noise. Different type of noise. But the row represents the gender. Don't forget. You can see the difference between the two. So for the column, sum of squares of column, it simply means the summation of I from 1 to 3, because we have 3 columns, divided by A minus correction term. Correction term can be also called the total, the way we calculated the total the other time. But in this case, it's correction term. Now, what is the sum of each of the column we did the other time? We have 90 squared plus 88 squared plus 40 squared. Everything divided by how many points do we have?
24.
No. How many groups?
3.
No. No. How many totals? Look at it. 1.
6, 3, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we all agree with me?
Yes, sir. Yes. Sir.
Because we have it in different, because we are dealing with column. So divide by 8, 6, minus 1, 9. Can we solve this one? Print your calculator. Let me see what you have here.
The 90 square plus 88 square plus 40 square is equal to 17,444.
Divide by 6.
That's 2907.333.
29?
07.
2907.333
all the way.
Minus 1, 9, minus this, what do you have?
That's 927. 333. Yes, 927.3333.
927.
Yes, sir. 927.
927.333.
Yes.
So divide this one by 8. Wait, divide this one by 8. Let's say divide by 8. What do you have?
Divide what by 8, sir?
The square. Divided by 8.
That'll give you 2,180.5.
2,009 minus 1980.
That's 200.5.
200.5.
200.5.
0.5.
200.5. Okay. So who can tell us? Now we have very interesting stuff now. How many rows do we have in this case?
1, 2, 3, 4.
And the block?
8. We have 8.
Eight rows.
We have 8 rows.
And 6 columns.
8.
And how many? How many columns?
6 columns.
6 columns.
6 columns. 8
Yes.
8 rows.
8 rows. What is the each of the line? How many numbers do we have?
Each of the line 3.
We have 4.
No, the list of the students we have.
We have 4.
No.
We have 8.
8.
12,
Thank
12,
you.
12, 12. Okay.
No.
8.
Which one is 12, 12?
4, 4.
For students now, the number of students.
Oh, okay. 4 male, 4 female. 8.
12.
8.
8.
Okay.
Which one do you count, Mr. Yaya?
Each of the male students, they are 12, and male female students are 12.
Each of the students, 12. Where do you see 12? Which one are you talking?
3 times 4 now.
Oh, okay. You are talking about the blocks. We are not there. 3 times 4 is 12.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Yes.
But in this case now, what we need is 8. How do we get the 8?
Okay.
The row 4, 4, 4.
Yeah, that means we calculate row now, the rows. The
rows are 4. But in the history of column, look at the column now.
1, 2,
What is the
3,
number
4, 5,
do you have in
6, 7.
column 1?
10.
Eh?
8.
3.
It's 8 now.
It's 8.
Let's
Okay,
count it
okay.
together.
4.
Okay.
It's
Yes,
4.
it's
How
4 for
many
8.
students do you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
6, 7,
7,
8.
8.
Yes.
4 days and
Are
7.
you getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
So the column here will be 8. So that is why I asked him to solve it for us. So if you say it's 8, so what do you have?
200.5 now.
The final answer will be, let's say, 200.
Okay.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, it be
SSC.
201.
Yeah.
201, sir.
201.
Okay, because of 5.
Is it up to 5?
Yes, 0.5.
Yes,
It's
sir.
0.5, sir.
200.5.
Okay, good. So the second one, we now want to do the one of gender. For variation in gender now. So we now have sum of square of row, which is SSR. I from 1 to 2, that is R squared. Divided by B minus C correction term. So in this case, we have 98 squared plus 120 squared, everything divided by 12, minus. Do you agree with me? Hello?
Sir, this one did not enter.
Let it enter.
Yeah, correct, sir.
Okay, let's go back to the table. Remember, the row is
Row
2.
1 and row 2.
Row 1 and row 2 is what?
98 and 120.
Then we have how many row are we talking about? And how many column? How many? We are talking about 3 column times 3 times 4 rather. That would be your A, and that would be your B, which is this. Remember, each of the first time we pick the column, we only pick one by one. 1, 2, 3. We count the number in the of the mark, which is 12, right? Which is 8. But in this case now, for us to have the row, how many columns does he have here? We have 3 columns. How many students is here? We are talking about gender. Count the number of gender here. How many? Under the male.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now count everything inside the male, all the mark for the male.
12.
Do you get it now?
Yes, sir.
What is all the mark for the female?
12.
12.
Are you getting it now? So we only pick 12 because everything is divided by the marks. Remember, The first one we did is the column. I know that in the column, here I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is why I use 8 for the column. Are you getting it? Hello?
Hi.
Okay. Silence means yes.
So I think the issue is that
we got it.
Somebody is saying something again.
Yes, sir. Well, just because when we use 8 for the columns, sir, right now we're dealing with the rows.
Yes.
So how come shouldn't the rows also be 6 or
24.
8 or 20? Okay, or even 24. Why is it 12? Why are we just
24.
choosing 12?
But it's a gender.
Okay. For the gender. Oh,
For the gender, that's why I said it here. Don't miss it. Variation for the gender is the one we are dealing with.
Thank you, sir.
Now, variation for the noise is this one. Are you getting it now?
It's clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue. So can you give me the value for this?
The answer is 20.8, sir.
20.8.
Sorry, it's 20.3333. That's the final.
20.3333.
Yes, sir.
Then 20 then.
Okay, sir.
Are you getting the analysis now? Then we now want to do sum of square within groups. That is SSG. So it would now be summation of S squared G divided by R minus correction term, then minus SSC minus SSR. So we have the idea of what we are solving now. We know the sum of this one is in your notes. 42, 36. How many of them? You know, we have 6 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is the group we are going to sum together now. So it's going to be 42 squared plus 48 squared plus 20 squared. Everything divided by 6 because we are dealing with 6 group minus 1980 minus 201 and minus 20. So you remember the group that we solved the other time. If you solve it very well, what do you have, please? Within the group.
11218.
You said? Do all the minus, deduct everything. Please, everybody, let's solve it. Can we do it? The answer is what? Just square this. Okay, let me give you this. 16.3, probably, or 15.3. Which one is the final answer? From your own end. All you need to do, I said square each of them and divide it by 6. Then the answer you have here minus this, and minus this. That's all. Then that now leads us to residual. Residual sum of squared, which is SSE. Residual of square error. So SSE is equals to SST minus SSC minus SSR. So what is SST, please? Anybody?
Scroll up a bit, sir.
You said?
Can you scroll up the figure we are subtracting? I didn't get it again.
You have it already.
SST is 274.
SST is what?
274.
274.
Yes.
SSC is what? SSR is what?
SSC is 201.
201.
Yes, sir.
SSR.
SSR is 20.
SSG.
SSG is 16.33.
So what's the final answer for this? At least you should be able to do this one.
It's not clear.
Yes? Are you calling my name, please?
9.67, sir.
9.67. No.
Oh, yes, I think I've seen an error.
36.67.
36.67, yeah.
36.67, approximately 37. Right?
Correct, sir.
Okay. So, is that the end of the road? No.
Okay.
I thought you said you
How
have
many
done
hours
this
are they
one
going to give
before.
us for this exam? How many hours?
We don't do it comprehensively like that too.
Yeah, can you see now?
The exam is how many hours, please?
1 hour 30 minutes. Why are you asking
You're
the
not going
exam?
to be solving all this in exam. Oh. You're not going to be
I
solving
don't
all this in
know.
exam.
Exam is 1 hour 30 minutes.
See you, they will give us a probability, all these chi-square, the rest of them. That's why I'm asking how many hours. Because if you look at the past question, you see that it has so many calculations.
Just solve the one you know and leave the other one until you are through with one you know.
You already did probability in the first semester now. We can still do it.
Bow.
Now,
So, in your calculation, you don't have.
I'm scared though because
does
of
it
my
mean you don't
training.
have calculation there?
What happened to your assignment?
I try small.
Let us focus on our class. Oh.
Goodness me.
So, We are writing this one out gradually.
Go and do your.
No more.
We know that the total is 24, right? Then you and I know that our column, how many columns do we have?
6 columns, sir.
Alonso, yeah. Column is 3. Row is 2.
Column is it? Is it for gender or for the whole thing, sir?
No, total.
Okay.
Look at it. How many columns do you have? 1, 2, 3.
3.
Then how many rows? Row is 1,
1, 2, 3.
2. Are you getting it? I understand what you are saying. That's why they did not specify. They are talking about total now.
Oh, okay, sir.
Using
Okay.
the gender. Remember, the question we are talking about is between gender and the noise.
Oh, okay. Yes, there are 2
You agree with
genders
me?
in 2 rows. Yes, I get it now, sir.
So it's between the gender and the noise. So we now need to get sum of squares. Let's write sum of squares, which is SS. So the first sum of square for column is what? You remember? For the group. For residual is 37. Then, for us to get the mean, it means of sum of square. The mean of sum of square, let me write the formula here, is MSS of this is equals to SS divided by degree of freedom. So degree of freedom, we have degree of freedom of each of them is here. So for us to find the MSS of C for the one of column, what is the answer? It will be MSSC is equals to 201 divided by degree of freedom is what? 2. What's the answer? Anybody?
100.5.
Is what?
100.5.
100.5. Okay.
Approximately 101, sir.
101, yes. So Let's do the one of row.
20.
20, thank you. Let's do the one of group.
8.165.
8.17, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's do the one of SSE. What do we have? 37 divided by 2 points.
18.06.
Correct. So we now need to get our F calculated, F ratio. For the F ratio will be MSS divided by MSSE. That is, each of them will be divided by the residual. So the first one will be the first F ratio will be what? MSSC divided by MSSE. MSSC is what? 100.5 divided by
1.5.
Divided by what? 200, right?
No. 37.
Remember, M is me. We are talking about me now. And if you look at the mean, look at the table.
2.06.
2.06. So this is F ratio. So is what?
48.79.
48.79. Okay. So you put it there. 48.79. Are you getting it? So you do the second one. MSSR divided by MSSE.
Divided by 2.06.
Is what? 9 point what?
9.7. 9.71.
9.71 or 9.81?
It's 9.71.
Okay.
I don't understand. How are you getting this your answer? Because I don't know what I'm getting. Am I dividing this? So how do you divide it?
Punch your calculator now. How do you divide it? Which one are you talking about? We are dealing with row. Eh?
Even the 100, 1005, I divide by 2. I don't understand why you did that.
Look at it now. Shebi, you see the formula here. See the formula now. This is the formula.
Divide by 2.06.
The formula is here. That's why I put all this one there. 9.71, right? So the last one is what?
3.97.
MSSG divided by MSSE. 8.17. 8.17, right?
Yes.
Divided by 2.06.
2.06.
The answer is what?
The answer is 3.97.
So you put it there. So you have nothing to do with this one again. Because you can't divide, if you divide this one by itself, it's still 1. So you don't, you don't need, that's the formula is, that's where you stop for the F ratio. Now, we have our F calculated, which is F ratio. F ratio is the same thing as F calculated. Then we now need to check F tabulated. Am I communicating now?
Yes.
For F tabulated is simple. Everyone will have degree of freedom. Let me just write it down. We have F critical or tabulated to be. Our alpha in this case is 0.05. Don't forget. So we need to check F when you have 2, comma what? Is there in your table? Comma 18.
Comma 1.
18. Comma 18. Then we check F when you have 1, comma 18 again. Then we now check F where we already have 2, comma 18. Let's check. How do you check comma 18? Where do you get it? We already did degree of freedom the other time, don't forget. The first one we did degree of freedom when you have F is when your degree of freedom is 2. Don't forget that alpha, the same alpha is for the 3 you have. But when your degree of freedom is 2, you check it. When your degree of freedom is 1, you check it. When you have interaction between the 2, you check it. Then you now compare your answer with your calculated. Anyone that is greater than or that is less than, then you conclude. And that's the end. So let's check the table. Can you see my table?
Yes, sir.
So at F equals to V1 equals to 2 and 18, and we have
3.55.
218, yes, 3.55. Please write it down. Then when your, okay, let me go back, please. Let me show you something. This is V1, V2, V1, V2, V1, V2. Please don't forget because of the table we are using. So V1, V2 is 1. When your V1 is 1 and V2 is 18, what do you have? Can you identify it? 4 points what?
4.41.
Yes. So we can now go back to this place and write that this one is 3.55, this one is 4.141, and this is 3.55. So we can now begin to compare and contrast. Don't forget that in this case, our calculated, we have F calculated to be 48.73, 9.81, and 3.97. Which one is greater than? Which one is less than? Check it.
9.8.
48.73.
You said, sir,
Calculated is greater than.
you
F
will notice
calculated is
that
greater
calculated is what?
than. Greater than tabulated.
Let's check it one after the other. For the noise.
Calculated is greater.
For the noise, which does it greater? I will be writing it one by one.
Calculated is greater than the
Tabulated.
calculated is
For
greater.
the noise now, we have the noise.
Yeah.
Number one is the noise. Number two is what? Gender. Number three is what? Between, interaction. So what it simply means is for the noise, we have it to be F calculated is greater than F tabulated. Then for the gender,
F calculated too.
F calculated is greater than F tabulated.
Tabulated.
Then for the interaction,
Opposite.
F calculated is greater than F tabulated. Can you get it? Because the value, don't use this one for this, or use this one for this. You know, they are different. So follow the procedure. Is that okay? Yes.
Yes, sir.
397 is greater.
It's greater than
Calculated.
tabulated. All this is F
Tabulated.
calculated. And this is F tabulated. Tabulated means the one in the table. You see the way we check this one. Calculated means the one we did the calculation by ourselves. We did the analysis, all this one, the ratios we did by ourselves. Any question? You are laughing. You are laughing. Are you sure I'm going to know this thing? Yes, you will know. It is possible. All you need to do is just to do the practice, check the example. See, just have the way of solving it. Just know the way of solving it. And because they can ask you, yes, Omo with me.
I want to write the table. From that table, I miss the solution. I want to write from that table the one of noise, gender, interaction, and
don't worry, I will send it to you. I will send the video so you can pause it and do anything you like. Okay. Is it okay by you?
Yes, sir.
Are you on the WhatsApp platform?
No, I'm in the Instagram. Telegram.
Telegram, okay. Okay. But you are part of my YouTube channel, right?
No.
It's better you join it today so that you can see once it's ready, you can upload it. Okay. I'll try and do that. You said? How do we conclude? are we to reject H naught or to accept H naught?
Reject.
You said what?
We reject it. It's not.
We reject H naught.
Accept or
And conclude that hence the noise does have a significant effect on the mark obtained. Or for the gender, all of them you have to reject and accept the alternative hypothesis.
Reject and accept.
Yes.
Hypothesis. I
hope we are clear now.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
But the question they asking of in TME.
Yes.
Just ask us whether to accept and to reject. Hypothesis. They will ask
That
us
is why you will appreciate yourself now that you know how to solve it and you will know when to reject. When they ask you where to reject, that's what they call decision rule.
That's the question they're asking us. Whether what is the t-test? What is t-test? Then they ask us about the non-hypothesis. What is the meaning of non-hypothesis?
Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's a plus for you now. You know how they get the analysis, you know when to accept, and you know when to reject. So I would advise you go back to your notes, go and read about decision rule. Decision rule means when do I reject? When do I accept? For each of the tests, especially for normal test distribution, for t-test distribution, for f-test distribution. Just 3 or 4. Oh, number one, what are you saying? I can't hear you.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay. Yes, gift.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
I've answered my question, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. That was why I was answering the other time. That means they all have different decisions. Does not mean that when they are greater, it is the same rule for the 3 of them. They have different. It does not apply to all of them the same way. That's why I was answering that time.
No, it appears to them the same way because we are to reject all of them. Because our calculated is greater than tabulated. Is that okay?
So, in a nutshell, what you are saying is once the calculated is when it's calculated.
Yes.
Can you help us to get the formula for the t-test and the z-test and then the f-test? Which would then stay between them?
Is there in your notes? They are all there. Is there? I gave you in the class. Just check the t-test, the t, when we discuss the t. Are you getting? Now, wait. What the gift was saying, let me try and get it right. And for all of you, remember the way you write matters. When I say F calculated is greater than F tabulated, it simply means F tabulated is less than F calculated. That is the same thing. Are you getting it now, Gift?
Yes.
Say it again, sir.
Now, when you said F calculated is greater than F tabulated, it simply means F tabulated is less than F calculated. That's all.
Yes.
Opposite to the other.
Is the opposite. They are still saying the same thing. For example, I said 20 naira is greater than 10 naira. Right? 20 naira is greater than 10 naira. It simply means 10 naira is less than 20 naira.
It's the same thing.
Do you get
Yes,
the
sir.
idea now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's the same. I know when I use money, you will like money. I know. You see now, it's very simple. When we use money, look at what we is the gift that first of all talk. Yes, it's the same. It's the same.
Sir, you are not. My point is not seeing clear, sir.
Which one is
Sir,
not
we
clear?
have different tests now, as it is now. We have different tests. I'm not saying once is the same formula is for all of them. Even if you are doing the kite test, once it's greater, you will get. If you're doing this, so that means that this one that we just did now applies to every other test. Once you have the same.
Now I get your point.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, now I get your point. Have you mixed any of the classes that we've done in the past?
No, sir.
Now, there was a particular day I gave you the table. How many of us can remember?
I.
So please, I would like if you can snap the table and send it to the platform. That particular point, unfortunately, before I could reach the table here, I don't know exactly where it is on my board. I will have shown you where I use the bench shape and gave you the table, just simple table like this, for you to be able to know when to accept and when to reject. So please, I'll be waiting to see the table. We will be waiting to see the table again. But if I'm able to get it, yes, I will show you too. Because we have different tests, and I gave you the table on that day, the way you will accept and reject when you are talking about them. We call it
That's past question.
You said?
Past questions.
What happened to the past question?
It's not past questions. It's not past questions. It's what we were taught in class.
We did that in the class. I don't know whether it's in your past question.
I think I'll need to search on the video, then send it to her. Then she have to watch the video. Watch the recorded video.
See, in most cases,
snap it and show.
Wait. In most cases, anytime you have Z calculated, when Z calculated is greater than Z tabulated. Are you getting it? It simply means most times we reject in all cases. Go and check the notes so that you will be able to identify what we are saying by yourself. So when you remember that I said Z calculated greater than Z critical. Critical means what? Tabulated. It simply means we reject H naught and accept H this, alternative hypothesis. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. That's what I was saying now. I
saw
this one.
Is it not the same? Eh?
I said I saw this one. Then today was not we were when
it's the same thing.
When it was less than. Okay.
Wait, what's less than in the same what I did? The first
today
one we did.
Calculation is less than tabulated. In that say we should wait.
Check your notes for the first one that we did. Have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
The first one we did says is 0.05 is less than 5.14, right? Hello?
I've not seen that one, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to contribute on the question that she's asking.
Go ahead.
Hello, sir. Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
I think from my own understanding, when you are calculating any hypothesis, you are calculating alternative hypothesis. And in any case that the alternative hypothesis is greater than the null hypothesis, that means you are going to reject null hypothesis. But if one that is less than null hypothesis, that means you accept null hypothesis. That is my own understanding.
You see, you are not calculating non-hypothesis. Neither you are calculating alternative. What you are actually doing at that point is you are solving the question. So you will now, hello? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Now, Gift, where is she? Is she there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what we are doing is we are not saying we are calculating the rule says the value when f is greater than f calculated is greater than f tabulated, we reject h naught. Whenever f calculated, look at it, z calculated here is greater than z tabulated, we reject h naught. When you reject something, you accept the other one. But the one we did in the morning, what is 0.5 means? The first one way. Is it f calculated or f tabulated? Hello, Gift.
F calculated.
F what? Is it f calculated?
Tabulated.
Yeah, please check.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So which one is 0.05?
0.05. That is f calculated.
No, for the one in the one way.
0.05 f calculated.
It's f calculated, sir.
Calculated, sir.
Calculated. Then this
Yes.
is
Yes, 5.1 tabulated.
That is f tabulated.
Tabulated. Now, which one is low?
F calculated.
Calculated.
Calculated is less.
Now, which one is low?
Calculated.
Calculated is less than f tabulated.
Yes, sir.
So what do we do at this point?
So we reject.
Which of them we reject?
We reject a non-hypothesis.
Is that the summary we did?
Yes, sir.
And which one we accept?
Alternative.
Please, everybody confirm. Because I just mentioned it, right? Or do we write it down? Please check. Oh. Nobody is checking. Hello?
We accept not hypothesis, then we reject alternative.
We
But in the
accept
note,
non-hypothesis.
Yes, we will reject alternative.
Okay, so
when calculated is lesser than calculated.
Whenever calculated is less than, when you have this, F calculated less than F tabulated, you accept H naught, rejects HA. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, sir.
Is it correct with what I told you? Is it the same?
But in the note, that was not how it was earlier on.
What was it there?
That's why I was answering. That's how I'll be answering since.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for that observation. I didn't know. I didn't hear what you are saying, because when you are talking about formula, I was thinking that which formula? There is no formula in this case, it's just a decision rule. Look at what is happening here now. Is it correct with what you know or what I gave you before?
Yeah, this one was the previous lesson.
Yes.
This was how it was. So today was not like different. So I was not answering, are they different or the same?
They are the same. In this case, anytime you have F calculated greater, please check it. Check the decision rule. And please, anything I gave you to, confirm it. Don't just keep quiet. Is that okay? So when I say fail, you will discover that I mentioned fail. It simply means that it is not significant. Hence, we fail to accept non-hypothesis. We fail to accept non-hypothesis. They can put it that way. If you check your books, that's how they put it. We fail to accept non-hypothesis. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for always being there for us, sir.
I wish you all the best. So next class is what? Next Saturday, 26. When are you starting your exam?
Exam is on 28th.
No, 21st.
24. Some people 24, some 28.
The exam starts on 28th.
28th.
That is for business admin. That is for business
We are
admin students.
Yes, for business admin, 28th.
Business admin 28, yes.
For accounting, when?
Others 24.
Exam is 24 for everybody.
24, yes. Let's say
No,
we are talking 24.
If you are
No,
not writing
you don't
your
get
own
what
on
I'm saying. The date, the exam.
28.
No, wait.
No.
I'm not talking about your own personal department now.
Okay, for the general
24.
24. That is what I want to hear.
Yes, that's correct. It's 24.
Now, on next week, Saturday, how many of us are writing on Saturday?
There doesn't appear to be any paper on Saturday, sir.
There's no paper on Saturday. Okay.
Yes, that is based on what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at the timetable right now, my laptop, my system.
Okay.
So I'm not seeing
Good.
it.
If there's no paper on Saturday, I will see if I can make it on Saturday,
okay,
so that we can do the
Forecasting.
Yes, forecasting aspect.
On past questions, precisely.
Past
Past
question. Go and read
questions.
it by yourself. If you have question, then talk about it.